Thorne Mindbinder. The scent of old paper and lavender always settled me. My workshop, nestled within the chronoarchives, was my sanctuary. Here, amidst stacks of forgotten histories and potential futures, I, Thorne Vera, though most knew me as Mindbinder, crafted havens. Mental landscapes, tailored to soothe fractured minds. Today's commission was simple, a sun-drenched orchard for old man Tiber, plagued by the frost of regret. I traced the neural pathways, shaping the digital apples, the gentle breeze, comfort, pure and uncomplicated. It was enough. But enough hadn't felt sufficient for a long time. Tiber's gratitude was hollow. It always was. These mental orchards, these tranquil seas, they were temporary salves, not cures. What I craved wasn't to ease the suffering, but to understand it. The archive held fragments, echoes of lives lived, but never the whole story. I'd begun to suspect the true architecture of memory wasn't built of pleasant gardens, but of labyrinthine corridors, of forgotten pain. And I wanted to map those corridors. I needed to delve deeper than a comforting illusion, to truly bind the mind, not just bandage it. The Obsidian Sanctum. It wasn't a place marked on any official archive map. Only whispers among the chronokeepers spoke of it, a repository of fragmented timelines, of minds unmoored from reality. Getting access required a trade. Old man Hemlock, the sanctum's gatekeeper, wanted a memory. Not just any memory, but the precise recollection of my mother's last smile. A smile I hadn't thought of in decades, but one Hemlock claimed held the key. I bartered it, a searing loss for a chance to access a forbidden realm. The sanctum smelled of static and regret. Before me lay a swirling vortex of fractured thoughts, a labyrinth built of borrowed time. The sanctum wasn't a place for gentle architecture. The minds within weren't seeking comfort, they were lost, fragmented, reliving moments of trauma in endless loops. My usual tools, calming imagery, soothing soundscapes, were useless. I had to adapt, to become a cartographer of chaos. I learned to navigate the currents of fragmented time, to identify the core traumas fueling the endless loops. I built not havens, but anchors, mental constructs to stabilize fractured identities, allowing glimpses of clarity amidst the storm. It was exhausting, brutal work, but for the first time, I felt like I was truly binding a mind, not merely placating it. I found it. A pattern. A recurring symbol within the fractured timelines, a silver key. It wasn't a physical key, but a metaphorical one, a suppressed memory, a forgotten truth. Unlocking it within a particularly tormented mind granted it peace, a complete resolution of its trauma. It worked. I felt a surge of triumph. I could replicate it. I could map the labyrinth, find the keys for every fractured mind. I could bring order to chaos. I had found the ultimate architecture of healing. But the keys, they weren't free. Each time I unlocked a fragmented mind, I felt a piece of myself fracturing. The pain, the trauma, the despair, it wasn't simply absorbed, it was integrated. My own memories blurred, my sense of self eroded. The silver key wasn't a tool for healing, it was a siphon, transferring the burden of trauma onto the one who wielded it. I looked in a mirror and barely recognized the haunted eyes staring back. The architecture of healing had become a prison of sorrow. I returned to my workshop, the scent of lavender now cloying, suffocating. I dismantled my tools, the gentle designs now mocking reminders of my hubris. Tiber was waiting, seeking further solace. I couldn't offer it. Not anymore. I simply offered him silence, a quiet understanding of the inherent fragility of the mind. The chronoarchives felt less like a sanctuary and more like a mausoleum filled with echoes of lost souls and my own fading identity. I still design mental landscapes, but they are different now. Less about comfort, more about acknowledgement. I don't try to erase the pain, but to contain it, to offer a space for it to exist without overwhelming. I've learned that the labyrinth of forgotten time isn't something to be conquered, but something to be navigated with humility and respect. The silver key remains locked away, a constant reminder of the price of ambition. I am still Mindbinder, but I am also haunted. And perhaps, that haunting is the price of truly understanding the architecture of the mind.